Yesterday was 19 years ago I got born again saved.
What's your name, sir?
Chad.
Chad, go ahead.
And so I was raised in a wonderful, loving Mormon family. Mm-hmm. And I met my beautiful wife almost 30 years ago in December on a blind date. We got married a month later, believe it or not. And she had never heard of Mormonism, didn't know what it was. And so when she went to church with me after a while, she's like, I'm hearing things that aren't true. And so I'm not going back, and we have kids. My kids ain't going. So I was in a little predicament. And so I just did like everybody else. I had to surrender and say, God, show me truth. Mm-hmm. I realized that Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So I realized truth matters. And so then I realized, through my studying of the New Testament, which I know you know a lot of this stuff, but that the Muslim God, the Islam God, and the Mormon God, and the Christian God is not the same God.
That's right. And by the way, theologians in each one of those areas, Muslims, Christian, and Mormon, would all agree they're not the same God.
Yeah. Well, I think Mormons themselves, Frank, actually think they're Christian. They really believe that.
Yes, but they're polytheists. They believe in many gods.
Exactly.
As man is, God once was. Doesn't mean every Mormon believes this, but that's their official doctrine.
That's their official doctrine, and that's what their church believes, and they don't understand that, but they think, and I don't even like it when people say, oh, we're all a child of God. No, we're not all God's children.
We're all created by God, but we're not all children of God.
You have a right to become a child of God when you get saved, born again. That's John 3:3. You need to be born again. That's what I was. But my question, I'm sorry, is I know that y'all were at a Muslim college Mormon college the other day. Yeah. And so how do you handle it in love when you talk to Mormons so that they can get away from thinking that they have this extra book, and this extra book, they have more knowledge and that they're smarter than us?
Let me give a very quick way of pointing out what Christian heresies do. And Mormonism is a Christian heresy, and so, by the way, is Islam. Because what Islam is basically Arianism. What's Arianism? Arius was the one that tried to downplay the deity of Christ against Athanasius at the Council of Nicaea, and Athanasius won the debate. They wanted to make Jesus kind of some kind of divine God, but not equal with the Father in any way. That's essentially what Islam is, that there's one God and Jesus is not God. Mormonism subtracts from Jesus as well.
They don't believe that Jesus is God in the flesh.
Well, it depends on who you talk to. But let me just give you an overall summary. They believe Jesus is the spirit brother of Lucifer.
Exactly.
Let me give an overall summary of how these Christian heresies operate. Think of the 4 functions of math: add, subtract, multiply, divide, okay? What all of these, what say Mormonism and Islam do is they add to the Bible.
Right.
So you've got the Quran, you've got the Book of Mormon, the Pearl of Great Price, Doctrines and Covenants, right? Or the Hadith in the Quran, in Islam as well. They add to the Bible. Secondly, they subtract from Jesus. So Jesus is not God in the flesh. Thirdly, they multiply requirements for salvation.
Exactly, it's works-based.
Right? You got to do all these things in order to be saved.
Right.
Right? And number 4, they divide the loyalty of the believer. You're not just loyal to Jesus, you got to be loyal to the church or loyal to Islam.
The church is true, the church is true, the church is true. That's brainwashing. That's what they hear and say all the time.
If you think about it in those regards, in the 4 functions of math, then you can decipher really what's going on. Now, we have a little course online called Conversations with the Faiths. So if you want to learn more how to interact with Muslims and Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons, check out that course online. It'd take us too long to get into it.
In the New Testament where it says that even if an angel, the devil can transform himself into an angel of light.
Yeah, it's another gospel.
Then it also says that,
it's another gospel.
If an angel delivers it, and guess what? The Mormons and the Muslims were delivered by an angel, Gabriel, and what's the other one?
Moroni.
Moroni, yeah.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.